The young beauty's ghost is trying to save her sister from danger. What fact about their elder daughter's death are the victim's parents trying to hide? And why is their younger daughter's life in danger? Don't miss out. The dead girl will reveal the truth. This is Psychic Investigations, a channel of impressive real stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants use their supernatural abilities to solve tangled criminal cases and investigate mysterious paranormal phenomena. In this episode, the psychics undertake the investigation into the death of Anastasia Bukta, a young beauty from Ukraine. The school student's mutilated body was found next to an apartment building only 500 meters away from her home. Anastasia was only 14.
She's with me in two places at once. In the heaven and here.
The forensic examination found that the girl died as a result of falling from a great height.
She was found lying on her back with her head pointing at the building. Her arms and legs were extended.
What injuries did she suffer?
Massive internal injuries and a closed fracture of the base of the skull.
According to the police's official version, Anastasia committed suicide. However, the law enforcers don't know what could make the young girl take this desperate step.
Anastasia's friends and family don't believe she could kill herself.
I don't think it was suicide.
To commit suicide, you must have a reason.
I couldn't even approach her casket at the funeral. Whenever I tried to do it, I lost control. She was so young.
Anastasia's parents recall that on the day before the tragedy, she told them she wanted to go on a vacation abroad with them. It's highly unlikely that a person with such plans would commit suicide. Therefore, Anastasia's parents and friends are certain that somebody took her life and made it look like suicide. They noticed that the jewelry on the girl's hands was deformed.
Anastasia wore 2 rings on her fingers. The fact that they were deformed could mean that somebody pressed her hand tightly or that she resisted desperately.
To find out the truth about Anastasia's death, her family contacted the psychics.
What happened on the rooftop of that building? Why did she fall?
I simply want to know who did it. I just want to look them in the eyes and ask them why they did it.
Psychics Valentina Lichahina and Zhana Shulakova undertake the case.
I see a young fellow standing next to her, and it seems they have feelings for each other. He looks like her boyfriend. They dated.
Indeed, a year before her death, Anastasia fell in love with Roman. He's 16. The teenagers met at a gathering of their common friends. Can the boy have any relation to the girl's death?
I loved her. It took me 6 months to win Anastasia's heart. I did the best I could to win her. When we began dating and she told me she loved me for the first time, I even cried. I made a large heart of candles for her. Then we burned the candles, and everyone was chanting, "Anastasia, he loves you."
It's a huge tragedy for him. He loved her. They thought of each other all the time.
Now she's gone, but I'd give up anything to bring her back.
Who could have done it? Why did the girl die so soon? And why was she in the wedding dress in her casket, not at her wedding?
That night, Anastasia told her parents she was going to see her friend. She said they were going to prepare for the chemistry test. Her friend lives nearby.
She left home at 7:45, and it happened at 8:20.
However, Anastasia's friend doesn't live in the building next to which her body was discovered, and Anastasia and her friend didn't have an arranged meeting on the day of the tragedy.
The clairvoyants arrive at the house in which Anastasia lived. The girl's father is meeting them. Her mother refused to see the psychics at the last moment, claiming she was so worried that she wouldn't bear it.
Hello.
Hello.
My name's Andre. We'd really love you to help us understand what really happened.
Can I?
Come in.
I immediately saw a woman's phantom. She was dressed in all white. But before I had a chance to tell everyone about what I saw, the woman literally vanished. People who are planning to commit suicide are usually very aloof, but she was a very talkative, lively kid. From the point of view of psychology, such behavior is not peculiar if she was really going to do it. The cards are showing me that the decision was made spontaneously. That is, the fact that she ended up there was a purely snap decision. She hadn't planned to be there. Anastasia was like an animal at bay. When she left home, she was all right. Then, at some point, she starts running, runs in the door, and climbs the stairs to the rooftop.
Let's see how she could climb to the rooftop. The locals told us all the doors that lead to the rooftop have been locked for a long time. Only certain people have the keys to them. As we can see, it's not true. The iron door to the rooftop is open, and the lock has long gone. The hinges are rusty and creaky. Anyone could have access to the rooftop.
But if the decision to climb to the rooftop was spontaneous, as the psychics say, how did Anastasia know how to get there?
Hello, pretty.
It's my younger daughter. Her name's Orina.
Hello.
Hi. How old are you?
7.
They were very close. They spent so much time together. They drew and played together.
My heart is broken. She helped me with reading, writing, and doing math, and I helped her love me
Do you see your sister in your dreams?
almost every night.
Orina opts not to mention the dreams that are tormenting her every night. It worries her parents a lot.
I didn't want to say it. It's so terrifying that I fear to even mention it.
And then I realized that if we didn't find the reason behind Anastasia's death, Orina would be next on the death list. I really need to see the site of the death.
The clairvoyants go to the place where Anastasia's body was found.
Hello.
The police officer in charge of the investigation joins the psychics. The law enforcers have no evidence that Anastasia was murdered, nor do they have motives that would prove it was suicide.
She wasn't prone to suicide. To tell the truth, I don't understand what could have pushed her to do it.
At that moment, I heard an ominous, quiet whisper behind me. It was a phrase. I waited for them. I turned around and saw the woman in white again.
Jana, here.
Yes, it's right.
It feels like somebody came here running, chasing her. It's a woman. She came running from a junction.
Her mother was here immediately.
Literally 5 minutes after Anastasia fell, her mother came running to her body.
How come the mother was there? It was very suspicious. She doesn't live with you. Does the mother live far away from here?
I have no idea, to be honest.
As it turned out, Anastasia's parents are divorced. They broke up 2 years before their daughter's death.
The divorce was hard for both parties.
Andre claims his wife complained that he paid her little attention.
She started scandals all the time, so I told her, if you don't like something, then goodbye. And she turned around and left.
The only thing that I find surprising is that the children didn't stay with her.
After the mother left their home, she didn't communicate with them for a while. The father couldn't pay his daughters enough attention because of his work. So he took his daughters and moved with them to this house where his parents live.
I thought that here, where there's somebody to watch over them, it would be a lot simpler and better.
Her parents' divorce was extremely hard for Anastasia. She felt betrayed and left by everyone. Her mother didn't live with them, while her father worked all the time.
She missed her mother a lot.
Indeed, 2 weeks before the tragedy, Anastasia asked her father to let her go see her mom. But what does it have to do with her death? And is her mother somehow connected to what happened?
Shouts, hysterical screams, some kind of misunderstanding.
She and her mom fought often. Her mom scolded Anastasia a lot and forbade her to see Roman.
Anastasia's mother disapproved of her daughter's affection. The woman was nervous every time she saw Roman nearby.
Roman. And all of us once prepared a surprise for her.
He wrote, "I love you."
She was at her mom's then. Her mother came outside and told her to go to her room. She forbade her to go outside to hug him, or at least say thank you. They love each other, but they're kids.
She got pissed and went back to her father's.
She came back to live with me.
A week before the tragedy, she returned to live with her father.
The woman can't control herself, and in this condition, she acts impulsively. And then it came as an electric shock. Was it possible that she did something to her daughter when she was emotional?
Let's call the mother.
It's strange, but after the police officers called, the woman agreed to see the clairvoyants. But earlier that day, she'd refused.
Hello.
Marina.
You were at the site where Anastasia was found. What were you doing there?
Make him leave. I'm not going to speak in his presence.
So, this is why the woman initially refused to see the psychics. She didn't wish to be near her ex-husband.
Do you have something to hide?
No.
Why didn't your daughter stay with you?
I think it's our personal matter.
But this did harm to your child.
Are you going to teach me? I am what I am, and I don't want to continue this conversation.
She had nothing to say, as she understood perfectly that she was guilty.
Anastasia really needed motherly warmth, love, and attention. But because of her mother's behavior, she felt like nobody needed her.
But still, how come the woman was among those who first discovered her daughter's body?
A scandal at home. Her dad told her to go away.
There really was the scandal. A week before the tragedy, after she had the conflict with her mother, the girl returned home. Soon after, her father came back from work. He says he made a silly joke.
I came home and found her sitting in front of the computer. So I say, I thought you went to live with your mom, and she got up and ran away. Half an hour later, the police arrived.
We received a call that a father was trying to drive his daughter out of the house. When the group arrived, they spoke to him. And then Anastasia really left home, if I'm not mistaken. She spent the night at Roman and his grandma's.
Roman lives with his grandmother. His father was killed by robbers even before his son was born. 5 years ago, after his mother died, the boy became an orphan. As someone who had plenty of hardships in his life, he understood Anastasia really well.
She had many problems at home. They could take away her laptop, her phone, or earbuds, anything, but they decided to take away me instead. And so she did everything she could to see me.
She even told him in front of me, even my parents don't pay as much effort to my education as you.
Dad offended her. He scolded her so much that I can't even express it with words. He shouted so loudly that our neighbors heard him in their house. He punished her and he grounded her. She wasn't doing well.
Anastasia's parents both did terrible things. After the divorce, they began a heated competition to show which of them was a better parent. Her mother scolded her for dating a boy, while her father shouted at her for visiting her mother, and for the boy too. Irina is little, but she already understands everything. Anastasia felt like nobody needed her. Nobody except Roman, of course.
She always spoke of Roman as if there were nobody else in the world. They loved each other a lot. And so Anastasia behaved so. That is why Dad didn't approve of their love. They were like Romeo and Juliet.
But what happened that night when Irina's sister was found dead? The clairvoyants come back to the site of the tragedy to climb to the rooftop. Could they possibly learn the truth there?
She's not alone here. Somebody's running after her. 2 guys are running from over there.
I heard it again. I waited for them. I waited for them. I waited for them. And I saw the woman in white again. She lowered her head silently, as if allowing us to find out the truth. She was standing her back here, She's alone here. She's waiting for someone to come here. She's waiting for this person, for help from them. She's waiting for this person. She's frightened. If you see the guys, could they be possibly chasing her?
One of them is taller, and he's skinny. The other is a bit sturdier and shorter.
Roman.
The investigator recognized Anastasia's boyfriend from the description. But who is the second guy the clairvoyance mentioned?
She knew him well. He could be her friend.
Did Roman and his friend chase Anastasia? But why? Could Roman be involved in the death of the girl he loved madly?
He's terribly jealous.
2 hours before Anastasia's death, Roman saw her chat with Stas. She flirted with him.
Stas is Roman's classmate. He met Anastasia through their common friends.
Yes, I found her chat with her friend. She wrote that Roman had called her to tell her off for texting Stas.
2 hours before death, he phoned Anastasia to express his anger, saying, "How dare you? I'm leaving."
She denies everything. She says it's not true.
I phoned Anastasia, and she told me it wasn't true.
She said she had no idea what Roman was talking about.
There was nothing in that chat that could provoke such a conflict. It was mere communication.
Roman called Stas, and he explained to Roman it was a joke. He had nothing with Anastasia, and it was an ordinary conversation. After that, Roman called Anastasia.
But she wouldn't answer his calls. She only texted him.
15 minutes later, she sent him a text in which she said she didn't want to live anymore.
She told him she was on this rooftop.
Yes, she sent another text.
She texted me saying she was going to kill herself and that she was on the rooftop.
Roman immediately understood where she was. It turned out that they'd often had dates on this rooftop.
We would sit there looking at the night city when everything was shining. It was beautiful.
She's standing and she's waiting.
But he didn't show up, right?
He's calling out to her. He's running and shouting, but the girl is already falling.
When my friend and I climbed there, we didn't find her. I searched that rooftop but didn't find her.
The investigators found that at the moment the boys entered the building, Anastasia was already falling.
At that moment, the woman in white approached me again. She raised her head, and I finally saw her face. It was Anastasia, but she was different. She looked like she was 10 years older, and she repeated, "I waited for them, I waited for them. I wanted them to come and understand everything." It's not the reason for suicide, it's the reason for an emotional breakdown, but not suicide. She didn't kill herself.
But if Anastasia didn't jump from the rooftop herself, then what happened in reality?
She faints.
Could she faint?
It turned out that Anastasia had fainted quite often recently, both at school and at home. She was diagnosed with vegetative vascular dystonia.
She often fainted at school.
I once saved her in the sea. We were swimming, and Anastasia fainted. I dragged her to the shore. We'd often called ambulance for Anastasia recently.
She often fainted. She was nervous a lot.
And then I had a clear vision of Anastasia at the edge of the rooftop. She seemed to be waiting for someone, looking out for them, writing something on her phone. Then she got angry, threw the phone to the ground, and started waiting again, fingering and pressing the rings on her fingers. She was extremely worried and nervous.
If we assume that Anastasia really fell from the rooftop unconscious, then it makes sense why the body was found so close to the wall, and she could easily deform her rings herself.
It's apparent she didn't commit suicide, I'm sure of that.
She was waiting for everyone whose love she needed.
The woman in white was Anastasia herself, but in her dream to be a bride in a beautiful dress, to be loved, and the only one. Because she had a haunting feeling nobody needed her. Her sister was her dearest and closest person in the world, but Orina is too little, and Roman is the person who understood and supported her, and his suspicion of her probable unfaithfulness became a disaster for her.
Unfortunately, she didn't find the other way to draw attention to herself, but to climb to the rooftop and tell her closest people she was there.
Anastasia didn't want to die. She simply wanted to return her boyfriend. After she climbed to the rooftop and texted him, she wanted to show him she loved him so much that she was ready to die. She hoped he'd come and save her, and others would see it. She would be the center of his attention, and her family would finally understand they couldn't lose her, and their attitude toward her would change.
Later on, it turned out that Anastasia also sent a text to her mother, aside from her boyfriend. This is why the woman was at the site of the tragedy earlier than the police arrived.
She sent me a text saying she would soon be gone. I first thought it was a joke.
The father didn't come down from the rooftop for a long time, smoking and crying there. Probably this man's story will be a lesson to many and show how discord in a family can influence children, because children are innocent. A mystical force is taking young people to the other side one by one, and small children are next. Who and how awakened the ruthless supernatural killer? Victoria Shandiba, a 21-year-old widow from Ukraine, approached the psychics. She's raising a daughter, Karina, and a son, Nazar, on her own. The children's father, Yevhen, died in a motorcycle crash last year. Now her children are in danger. The mother says a supernatural force has started hunting them. Recently, her 5-year-old daughter almost died in the bathtub.
She was bathing in the tub. My son-in-law's cologne was on the sink and it fell and bounced right into the tub. Glass shattered everywhere.
The grandmother, who was with her granddaughter at that moment, was petrified with horror because she saw a dark silhouette near the girl.
It was stroking her head, wanting to take her with it. I got very, very scared.
Soon, 2-year-old Nazar also found himself on the brink of life and death.
I left the room for literally 2 seconds and realized that Nazar started screaming very loudly.
A microwave almost crushed the boy.
The microwave fell off with the anchors and everything, and it fell to the floor. 4 anchors, and the wall is thick. It's got to be some force. It can't be happening for no reason.
We fear for our grandchildren.
Karina says she's petrified of the dark silhouette that's hunting her and her brother.
She says she sees a shadow walking around, and she's afraid. She's afraid to stay alone.
And little Nazar wakes up screaming every night. The boy is so scared that he can't even describe what he sees near him.
He screams at night, "Mom, I'm scared." Nothing helps, neither holy water nor prayers. Nothing helps. It's horrifying. The psychics are my only hope. We can't deal with it without them.
Gypsy clairvoyant Rubina Tsibulska took on the case, and she's already working with the family's photo.
I see black crosses over the children. It's a death mark. Mirror, show me what it is. I saw a silhouette in the mirror, but I didn't have time to take a closer look at it. A fire started. Water, please. My God.
It can't be. The candle tipped over out of a sudden.
I see a little boy. He's fair-haired. He has a birthmark on his hand the size of a coin. He's holding something shiny. There is something like a doll lying in front of him. Wait. It's a needle in his hand. And he seems to be piercing the doll once, twice.
Is it Nazar?
No.
Rubina heads out for the investigation. Jana Shulikova joins her on her way there. She and her colleague, Olena Kuriilova, happen to be passing through the town where the family lives.
I couldn't stay to help because I had to go to another investigation the next day. I dreamed of my grandmother. She clearly said, "Look for a woman with a green petal on her arm. Hopefully, it will help you."
It's so weird.
I watched Rubina and Jana leave, and I saw a silhouette behind them. I decided to help them, at least remotely.
I'm having a strange vision. I'm in the forest. A man in a black cloak with a hood approaches me. He's holding a staff shaped like a cross, and it's burning with fire. The man has no head. His head is in his hands. I ask him, "Who are you?" And he says, "You will find out when you die."
What is this?
I think I heard a bump, but I don't see anyone around.
The clairvoyants stopped some 200 meters from their destination.
Jana, look, a cemetery and houses.
What are those children doing there? Children, get out of there!
Isn't there a playground anywhere around here?
But no, it's not normal.
The psychics arrive at Victoria's home. Victoria goes out to greet them with Yevhen's mother and her daughter Karina.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for agreeing to come and help us.
Suddenly, Rubina approaches the crowd without any explanation.
Could you come up? There's death standing behind you. Do you feel it?
Yes. It feels like someone is watching me, but there's nobody around.
You need to be more careful and you need to protect your head. I couldn't think then that the woman was connected to our investigation. I have a feeling that you are afraid to stay in this house.
Yes.
This house belongs to the parents of the deceased Yevhen. He was born and raised here, and after the wedding, he and his wife moved in here. While Rubina Tsibulska goes to work inside, Jana Shulikova decides to tune in to Karina to understand what force is trying to kill the girl and her brother.
Did you hear a bang inside?
Like somebody suddenly slammed the door and left.
When we were approaching your house, our van stopped for some reason, and we heard a bump.
But what do these strange noises mean?
Victoria, it's like you don't live here.
Our parents bought us an apartment and we moved there.
2 months ago, Victoria moved from the village to the nearest town, thinking the problem was in the house where she lived with her husband and children. However, the dangerous incidents with her children never ceased.
The problem is not in the house.
I see an empty road and a man standing on it. He's in a gray tracksuit. And he's terribly pale.
Children's dad.
He had a gray tracksuit.
She sees him.
She said she'd seen dreams with her father.
Grandma, am I going to die?
Karina dreams that her dad takes her to his home.
He told me to follow him. I sat up after I woke up.
Dad doesn't wish to harm you, he's simply worried about something. I clearly saw the image of the deceased Yevhen, but behind him, there was something like a shadow. I didn't understand if it was a spirit or an entity, but that thing took Yevhen to the other world, and now it's hunting his children.
We were surprised, but Yevhen's relatives said that he had a premonition of his death.
He said, "It's the last time I'm visiting you." He felt that something was going to happen.
Shortly before his death, the man told his parents that a dark silhouette was following him everywhere. And now, something similar is scaring Yevhen's children.
They are being hunted by someone in black. I asked if it was the same silhouette that followed Jana and Rubina. And the answer was yes.
Let's see. It's a man, and he's also dead. And he has a staff. It's almost like in the vision I saw. A man in a black cloak with a hood. Rubina. The shadow. It took the father.
My mirror is showing me crosses. He saw crosses. Were they graves?
Yes, he mentioned that. He had dreams of tombs and crosses.
I had a vision of 3 men's graves. One of them is Yevhen, but I didn't understand who the other 2 men were. And next to the graves stood stood a fair-haired woman with a mark on her hand.
But who is that woman? How is she connected to Yevhen's death? And whose are the other 2 graves the psychic saw in her vision?
And Yevhen wasn't standing there alone. There was a young man with him.
Oleksiy. He was his younger brother.
We couldn't understand how this poor woman was holding up at all. She buried her 2 sons when they were young, and now her grandchildren were also in mortal danger. It turned out that Oleksiy died 8 years ago while at work, in a warehouse. A pallet of paint buckets fell on him. Oleksiy was buried in a closed coffin. The parents couldn't even say a proper goodbye to their son.
Aunt Helena was so grief-stricken that Yevhen had to pull her away from the coffin.
Both Yevhen and Oleksiy were victims of the same force, and I felt that both brothers saw something otherworldly before their deaths.
The brother's mother confirmed that Oleksiy behaved very strangely the night before his death.
Around 3 in the morning, he went outside. I asked him, "Wait, where are you going?" He said he'd be right back. I went out after him and saw him standing at the corner of the house, just like that, at the corner of the house next to the step. I asked him, "Why are you standing here?" And he said he'd stand there a little more and come back.
Oleksiy died first. It all started with him, so we must seek for the answer in his death.
The psychics ask for Oleksiy's photo to work with.
The child looks very much like the one I saw this morning. I see a little boy, fair-haired, and he has a birthmark the size of a coin. Helena, did Oleksiy have a birthmark?
Yes.
I had a vision this morning before the investigation. I saw Oleksiy as a little boy. In front of him was a doll dressed in white. And he was sticking needles into it. This time, I saw that next to the boy stood a woman of about 50. She gave him the doll and the needle.
It's our neighbor.
We didn't understand what it was about, or how the neighbor was involved in all this. But the woman came out of the crowd and approached the psychics herself.
My name is Katerina.
Their granddaughter died. It was little Katya. Oleksiy sewed a flower.
He sewed a flower where?
To the girl's dress.
It's hard to believe, but why did this woman make little Oleksiy sew a wedding flower to the dress of her dead granddaughter, who was lying in the coffin?
It was a custom in the village.
What custom are you talking about?
He sewed 2 flowers, one to his clothes and the other to the girl's dress.
Wait a minute, did he bring a flower from her?
Yes.
Does it mean Oleksiy was essentially engaged with the dead girl?
Did you do this?
So what? I never wished anyone harm.
Ask the people around.
It turned out that Helena and her husband believe that Katerina is a witch. They also think their sons died because of her, and their only grandchildren are on the brink of death now.
Why did you take my son?
And why did you lie on the ground in the cemetery?
It turns out that more than once, people saw the woman at the cemetery, lying among the graves in the middle of the night. Is there any explanation to such behavior? Could it be really a ritual of some kind? Is she really a witch?
What are you people talking about?
This ritual is connected with magic. You have to roll on the grass among graves when treating sciatica. That woman was apparently familiar with village magic.
But something else interested us, namely, if Katerina was really responsible for the deaths of her neighbor's sons, and if the children of one of the brothers were in danger. Listen, my mirror showed me that this woman indeed has a lot of negativity and a sharp tongue. But I see that she didn't do it intentionally. She only wanted to follow the custom.
It's a custom.
She's not a witch.
There have never been witches in my family.
The fact that Oleksiy and Yevhen died is not related to the flower. Only Oleksiy sewed the flower, but they both died. I think we need to see their graves.
I tuned into the 3 young men. It turned out that all 3 had head injuries. And then one of them rose from the grave and spoke to me.
Hello?
Jana, I see a man, a young man, and his head is half torn off. It's hanging, wobbling, like after a car crash. He says, "They are all here with me. This is something connected with this story you're investigating."
She sees a man next to Yevhen and Oleksiy. Who is he to them?
Volodymyr, he's gone. He died tragically.
Were they friends with him?
Yes, they're all buried there.
How did he die?
He had an accident in his car. The rescuers had to cut the car to get him out. That's true.
Without his head?
Yes, he was without his head.
We were shocked. 3 best friends died one after another tragically, and all had head injuries. It's unlikely to be a coincidence.
Volodymyr is also a victim of the man in the black cloak.
They were all together here, and they are all together there now, and something connects them all.
What did you do, my dear children? What did you do and why?
Since Volodymyr, the friend of the brothers, contacted Olena Kurilova in her vision, I decided to contact with him too. I need to visit Volodymyr's grave.
All right, let's go.
Look what's happening to the candle. When I tune into Volodymyr, I also get the feeling that he sensed he was going to die.
He came on the 9th day after Oleksiy's death and said, "Aunt Helena, I hope I won't die too."
All the 3 men sensed their deaths, but the question is, who took them to the other side and why?
Wait, Shauna, I saw this woman in the morning, remember? Death is standing behind you. You need to protect your head.
They were all classmates. Tetiana, come over here.
Were you their classmate? How long had you known one another?
You could say we'd known each other since we were born.
The green petal.
A woman with a green petal on her arm. That's what Olena mentioned.
It's a tattoo.
Three dead men and the 4th is a woman.
It's the same entity and it's behind you.
And it's something from your childhood that you all did.
We burned dry grass and accidentally started a fire at a graveyard.
Tetiana and her now deceased friends played at a cemetery as children. They started fires there, which burned crosses and graves.
I was at the old cemetery.
But who is the man in the black cloak who took the boys to the other side and is now hunting their classmate and Yevhen's children? We need to go to that cemetery.
The territory of the dead, you see, it's their home. You disturbed the dead, their spirits.
We thought a spirit was avenging the friends for burning its grave. But the truth turned out to be much scarier. It's Olena again.
Jana, it's me.
Hello?
Jana, I'm in a real trouble. I broke my arm. I fell from the ladder.
Oh, God.
I figured out who the dead man in the black cloak was. I climbed to the attic to get my book on cemetery magic. As soon as I reached the top of the ladder, it felt like someone knocked it out from under me. Jana, do you know who the master of the cemetery is?
Oh, my goodness.
Jana, it's him. I'm absolutely sure.
Who is that?
The master of the cemetery is an entity that guards the peace of the dead in a cemetery. It is somebody who died a violent death and was first to be buried at a cemetery. After that, they become its master.
So the man Jana Shulikova saw in her vision is the master of the cemetery. Did he really die from a head injury?
He holds a cross-shaped staff in his hand, and he has no head. His head is in his hands. I remembered that our van was stopped by some impact this morning.
What's this?
My God, what is this? And it happened right across from the cemetery.
The master of the cemetery. He wanted to point us to the children who were running among the graves, playing and laughing.
Kids, get out of here. Old cemeteries are sites of great power. It is the master of the cemetery, and he will punish anyone. It's not just this family. The entire village will suffer.
What do we do to stop it?
When you make amends with the master of the cemetery, you bring him money, vodka, wine, sweets, apples, honey, bread, and so on. Let's do that.
And I'll take my sand to make a circle, and we'll make the offering in it.
People go home and bring something to offer to the master of the cemetery. The altar has food, drinks, and money. The villagers hope to pacify the dead man and protect the lives of their children and grandchildren.
Thanks to the clairvoyance, we finally learned the true cause of the tragedy that took the lives of my husband's brother, and their friend. Thank you for your work.
A few months after filming the episode, we learned that little Karina and Nazar are no longer afraid of anything. Mysterious tale of the most brutal female killer of all time. Is she really threatening to take people to the other world, even after her death? Don't miss out. A dead woman's spirit will come to say what she wants from the living. In this episode, Renata Stiefel, a young singer from the Transcarpathia, approached the psychics, asking them for help. Recently, the young woman's life has become hell, and it all started with the nightmare Renata had a few months ago.
I saw a white woman holding her hands like this.
When she woke up in the morning, the singer found she lost her voice. She couldn't speak, let alone sing.
It was the day of the Eurovision National Selection Final. I had to appear on stage and sing really well. I was given some very powerful injections, so I could sing at least somehow.
Since then, terrible things have been happening to Girl all the time.
I was performing at a large concert hall, and in the middle of a song, a large projector fell next to me. It was a big thing of about 20 kilograms. If I had been one step to the right from where I was standing, it would have killed me.
As the time passed, the things grew even worse. A few days later, she was hit by a motorcycle.
I was crossing the road at a crossing and feeling something hit my legs, and that was it. Then I fainted.
Before every incident that puts her life in danger, Renata sees the same nightmare with the woman in white holding to her throat.
I want to ask the psychics to help me understand what is going on with me and why every time I have this dream, I always find myself in danger.
The strongest psychics of our project, Yaroslava Fedorova and Rubina Cibulska, answered Renata's call for help.
My grandpa's spirit visited me last night. He said something completely weird. First, he told me the dog wasn't what it seemed to be. Then he said, "Look for the mirror circle." But worst of all, he said was, "If you blame the innocent, wait for stones from the sky."
The psychics go to see Renata to try to make sense of it.
Come in, please.
Hello. Hello.
I'm really happy to see you here. I'm always having the same dream, after which I either can't sing or find myself in dangerous situations.
Renata, behind you I see something like
like a sphere. Energy in the shape of a sphere. And it's transforming all the time.
Is it something bad?
Spirits may come in various shapes, as translucent silhouettes, spheres, fog, or any other forms.
Renata takes the psychics to her bedroom so they can tune in.
Oh, children's toys.
Yes. My fans give me toys as presents.
All right. And what is this?
A young woman gave it to me after a concert.
Give me the dog. Do you have scissors?
Why?
I don't like what's inside it. It's something bad. What did my grandpa say? The dog isn't what it seems to be. Wow, what a surprise.
What is this?
A needle and a thread.
A charm.
How could she? I slept next to this toy.
You take a needle and a thread and bury it in a grave for 10 days. Then you hide it in somebody's possession to take away their health and strength.
Could this charm be responsible for the things that are happening to Renata?
We've got to get rid of it.
Let's go burn it.
Something holds me here.
Rubina Cybulska checks Renata's bedroom with her magic mirror. But it suddenly slips out of her hands and shatters.
Yaroslava, over here, quick.
What is this?
When I started checking it with the mirror, it broke. That woman's spirit. She extended her hands towards me. I thought she was going to strangle me, but she pointed at something.
Where?
This corner.
What's this?
An ordinary disc with a record of me and my friends riding motorcycles.
A mirror circle. That's what Grandpa told me last night. Look for the mirror circle. Put it on, please.
Look, here, it's behind her. Look, this is the woman.
There is really a translucent silhouette in Renata's video.
It can't be. I really see a woman's image in the sunbeams.
Wait, where was it? Where is this place?
It's a 5-minute drive from here.
Let's go there.
The video in which the psychics saw the strange silhouette was filmed in the village of Novitsky.
This is it. It's the place from the video.
I see a young man who died. He lost control of his car.
The locals see the psychics and gather in the street.
And a dead woman with children.
There was a woman who died with her children.
2 children.
Yes, yes.
I see the child here.
Yes, yes.
A car hits him.
My son was killed too. He was 5.
There were lots of accidents here.
4 young fellows crashed in a car there. Their heads got torn off.
The investigation brought the psychics to the highway of death. So many accidents on the same site.
There could be 2-3 accidents within a single month. One day, 5 people died at once. They had terrible fractures of their legs and skulls.
Whenever 2 cars collided, there were always 2-3 bodies. Look at this road. No potholes. The marking is clear. Then what could be the cause of so many accidents?
Those people always saw something. You know, it feels like when a person drives, they see a sort of glint or flash. I was sure it was the same spirit as we saw in the video next to Renata.
A driver said that he felt something grab the steering wheel while he was driving. Something grabs the wheel.
And some shadows cross the road. They can distract drivers suddenly.
We were also going to contact you.
There was another question. Whose spirit was that, and what did it want?
Female energy. Renata, tell me, please, where did you see this woman?
It turned out that Renata first had the nightmare about the woman in white at the nearby hotel, where she and her parents stayed while their house was being renovated.
Then we stayed at the hotel.
The locals go there with the clairvoyance.
I feel the presence of the energy that we saw in your yard.
The hotel owner saw the crowd and our crew and went outside.
My name's Roman. Welcome.
I feel the connection with this spirit.
We had guests who took pictures in our yard, and when they returned for another vacation later, they showed us the photos, and there were silhouettes, like angels in them.
It turned out that the locals witness paranormal phenomena in the area quite often.
Does this mean that anybody who sees it is in danger?
A famous actress stayed at our hotel. She was visiting on a tour. She said she saw a big-eyed young woman bricked up in the wall of the hotel.
Anybody who sees her is in danger. They die suddenly or commit suicide.
The locals claim many people committed suicide here, and they killed themselves without any obvious reasons.
4 people hung themselves within a single year. It is insane.
My neighbor said her husband saw some lights and went into the woods after them. He said he was after the lights, but then he was found hung in the woods.
I was sure it was the same spirit that was haunting Renata. It caused all those terrible car crashes and suicides. It's over there. I'm being told it's over there.
There's a junction there. One way leads to the woods and the other to the castle. In the woods.
As it turned out, there's a place called the Novitsky Castle several kilometers from here. It was built in the 13th century, and now it's partially ruined. The locals believe that all the strange things that have been happening here are connected to it.
I saw it over the castle, but at first I didn't get what it was. I got scared because it looked like an angel with its wings spread. It was a snow-white shadow that was flying in circles over the castle, and then it disappeared.
It belonged to Elizabeth Bathory. Have you heard of her? She was nicknamed the Blood Countess. If I'm not wrong, she's listed in the Guinness World Records as the most cruel woman in the world. She's said to have about 650 victims.
According to historical records, Elizabeth, whose Hungarian name was Erzsébet, came from the noble Bathory family, related to a Polish king.
Elizabeth Bathory's family owned about 1/3 of all the lands of the then Kingdom of Hungary, including the area in the modern-day Transcarpathia, where the Novitsky Castle stands.
After losing her husband, the woman was said to have become a serial killer.
Cruel execution of virgins from noble families are attributed to her. It's said that, on some of Sorceress's recommendation, she took blood baths to save her youth and beauty.
There are many films about Elizabeth Bathory. But what does the Blood Countess want from the locals?
We've got to drive her out of here or she'll bring more death.
I have a feeling that somebody's watching us from over there.
I feel the presence of a female spirit. She's watching and she's following us.
I'll recite the prayer over the salt and make a circle, and you close it. And I'll need candles.
It won't burn.
It refuses to. Do you see? Every time the wind blows.
You look at that.
It's terrifying. Stones started falling from the tower right on the heads of the psychics, the crew, and the locals. But these walls have been here for centuries, and crowds of tourists and locals visit the place every day. Nothing like that has ever happened here before. Can it be related to what the psychics were trying to do?
At that moment, I simply prayed nobody would be killed with a stone. It seemed a half of the wall collapsed.
We were shocked. I had so much fear for myself, Rubina, and the people. There were children there.
Did you see it? What is this? She's unhappy. Wait up, there's something strange here. Do you see her?
I don't see her, but I hear her. But I don't get what she's saying. Minden. Minden Hazuksag.
Is it some foreign language?
Yes, it's most probably Hungarian.
Does anybody here speak Hungarian?
Minden Hazuksag.
It's lies.
It's all lies. It's all lies.
Nobody understands what it could mean. What is the spirit of the woman guilty of hundreds of deaths trying to say?
While she had a husband, she was protected, but there was a man who hated her husband. The man held a higher title. He was probably a king. And so, he told her, "Your husband is gone, and a woman can't rule so many lands. You will either give me part of them or marry another man." And she was shown the man she was supposed to marry, but she refused.
Wait up. Does it mean somebody wanted to deprive this woman of her land and castle?
The man was very rich. To take away her land and everything she had, he collected all the rumors and gossip from all around her lands. He was trying to convince everyone she was a killer, a sadist, a butcher.
This is why she told you. It's all lies. These lies are several centuries old. She's been labeled a killer for so many years. But it's not true.
How is it even possible? For centuries, everybody has thought of Countess Elizabeth Bathory as a cold-blooded killer.
And as a result, she was convicted and sentenced. I see a sort of stone sack.
We studied historical records and spoke to researchers who specialize in this topic until we finally found a man who studied the history of the Nowitzki Castle all his life. He thinks Elizabeth Bathory was accused and sentenced for no reason.
She was locked, bricked up in one of the towers of the Chaktiche Castle. She was delivered food through a small window. She spent 2 years imprisoned. Witnesses claim she lost her mind and sang and howled at nights. Just imagine being locked up in a tiny room where you can't communicate with other people.
Modern historians still study the materials of Elizabeth Bathory's trial. One of the latest theories suggests that the evidence presented against the Countess was unsubstantiated.
You can't bathe in blood, especially in a bathtub. Everybody knows blood thickens and can't be stored for a long time. That is, such baths couldn't simply exist.
Elizabeth Bathory died in misery, to which she was condemned by her relative, Count Thurzo, who was the man who wanted to take her lands.
Count Thurzo was in charge of the trial and investigation of Elizabeth Bathory's alleged crimes. He was also the primary witness. After Elizabeth Bathory died, he inherited part of her lands.
Do you remember the words, "If you blame the innocent, wait for stones from the sky"? Many years ago, people blamed and sentenced the innocent woman, and these huge stones and other manifestations. She didn't want to kill anybody. She only wanted people to pay attention to her. She wanted to restore her good name.
It's incredible, but we found that paranormal phenomena also occur around the Chaktichi Castle in Slovakia, which also belonged to Elizabeth Bathory.
After she died, she was buried at the castle wall. People say you can still hear piteous groans and horrific, wild female laughter there at night. Somebody cries and howls at nights in the castle, and burning fire can be seen through the windows. During the day, black cats walk inside it.
We need to release her and close the place with a circle. We need to connect the people and recite a prayer. Close your eyes and say the prayer for her. And bring a priest to consecrate this place.
I'm deeply grateful to the psychics for helping me sort it all out and understanding and feeling the stories of all the people of this village. Thank God we ruined the myth tonight.
It's unbelievable. A woman was thrown to a dungeon and condemned to a terrible death because of defamation. For many centuries, she was believed to be a killer, when in reality, she was a victim who only wished one thing: justice. The murder of a young nurse. The maniac wanted his crime to remain hidden in the casket with his victim's body. But the woman's spirit will reveal the truth. The psychics will investigate the murder of a young Ukrainian nurse. Her name was Alina Diakova. She was 23, and this is her last photo.
Alina always dreamed of being a medic. She enjoyed working at the hospital.
Alina's grandmother was the last person who saw her alive. On her way home, Alina stopped in her village to visit her and bring her medications. After that, she hurried home to give a dripper to her mother, who suffers from a stomach ulcer.
I dialed her and spoke to her on the phone.
At 8 p.m., Alina went to the bus stop. The two villages are 4 kilometers apart, so Alina was supposed to be home 20 minutes later.
I came home and expected her to be back any moment. Then I called her and heard her crying and shouting, "Mom, help me!" I asked her, "Where are you?" But I only heard, "At the cemetery." And that was it. The line went dead.
The bus linking both villages passes by the local cemetery. But the driver says Alina wasn't among his passengers that night.
There's only one cemetery between the villages, so my husband and I quickly went there by car. I called her, I shouted, I ran, and tried to dial her. I heard the tone, but nobody would answer the phone.
Desperate, the mother called the police, and the law enforcers began the search right away, joined by the locals.
Alina was found 2 days after she disappeared. Her body was lying in the field 5 kilometers from the village Alina had been heading for on her last evening. She was undressed, her wrists and ankles were tied, and a black plastic bag was on her head. The forensic examination concluded that the cause of Alina Diakova's death was a traumatic brain injury. Apart from that, She was beaten badly.
The forensics said her jaw had several fractures.
My husband went to the identification, and my son says it's good I didn't see her.
The victim's cross was found next to her body. Its lace was broken. Most probably, the murderer tore it from the victim's neck.
She helped everyone. She only meant good. Did she really deserve this? Why would somebody do something like that to another person?
All of Alina's personal possessions were with her. That is, it couldn't be a robbery. According to her friends and family, Alina never had conflicts with her friends or colleagues, which excludes the idea that she could be killed as revenge. She wasn't in a relationship at the time of the murder, so it wasn't done out of jealousy. Then the motive remains unclear to date.
I really want to ask for your help.
We need it to be investigated properly, so at least nobody else will be hurt.
The most powerful psychics in our project, Kayal Alekperov and Zhana Shulakova, took up the case.
I have a feeling Alina was put into some kind of casket before she was murdered.
When I asked who the murderer was, my sacred book told me, look for the hand with the cross. Besides, Alina called her mother from the cemetery. It gives me an idea it could be a ritual murder. The psychic's words can make anyone's hair stand up on their nape. Is Alina really a victim of a bloody ritual? Hold on. My book gave me 2 more cues. The murderer's hand feeds the dog and find the girl who escaped from the beast. Let's go.
Kayal.
It's unbelievable. Kayal Alekperov was almost hit by the car. Fortunately, the driver hit the brakes at the last moment.
Do you want to kill yourself? What happened?
Zhana, it was as if I teleported into that terrible evening. Through Alina's eyes, I saw the same car, but it was white. Could the murderer be a driver?
So we need to find a similar car.
The psychics arrive at the house of Lilia, Alina's mother. The victim's family, friends, and colleagues are already waiting for them.
Hello, my name's Lilia. I'm Alina's mother.
I'm Alina's aunt. My name's Natalia.
Thank you so much for coming.
Give me your hands. At that moment, I saw Alina's spirit. I wanted to cry suddenly. For some reason, Alina felt huge guilt toward her grandmother. Grandma, forgive me that I didn't bring the flowers.
Alina died on her grandmother's birthday.
I feel she knew she would die. Not long before it happened, she had a nightmare. It was a prophetic dream.
Yes, she told me of it.
She was running, fleeing from a beast that was trying to tear her apart. What lunar phase was it? Can somebody give me a phone? I need to check it out online. What was the lunar phase? Here, look. Here, the moon was full.
But if it really was a ritual murder, and Alina was killed at the cemetery, then here's a question. How did her body end up 5 kilometers away from the cemetery?
What do we have here? The murderer. He's lonely. He knows her, he sees her. He's interested in her.
My book is telling me that the police detained somebody. Do they really have a suspect?
Well, they really arrested a man quickly. But we doubt it could be him.
Then why did they arrest him?
Because he's an ex-convict and was released recently.
The victim's family think the police had simply detained the first suspect they could find, choosing the ex-convict to close the case quickly so the people would calm down.
He's a thief. Previously, he was sentenced for theft.
Yes, when they found him, he had her phone and earbuds.
The suspect's name is Mikhailo, and he lives in the village not far from which Alina was found. During the search at his house, the police found the victim's mobile phone. This was the reason for his detention.
My book says that Alina had valuable jewelry on her, and it was untouched. It was something in the shape of swallows.
Gold earrings. They were on her.
He took nothing. He didn't even touch the gold.
The old jailbird took the phone but didn't touch the gold. It's really weird.
Mikhailo has a wife and a 13-year-old daughter. But Jana Shulikova claimed Alina's murderer was a lonely man who knew the victim. Mikhailo never knew Alina. All her friends and relatives confirm it.
Did the police make a mistake, and the dangerous murderer is still free? The psychics go to the cemetery, from where, according to her mother, Alina called her. She was brought in a car.
Alina never got into strangers' cars.
She knew the man in the car. I see the car with Alina pull over here. The murderer starts harassing your daughter, grabbing her hands. She realizes she's in danger, and she needs to run. And so, she runs away.
There. She runs, crying and shouting. She takes her phone. She says, "I see crosses." She's going to tell his name, but she's too late. She suffocates. She trailed off no sooner she had inhaled. And then a bump. 1, 2. Blood squirts. There's blood everywhere. She's all beaten so badly.
As an ex-serviceman, I saw a lot of blood and was in many terrible situations. But even at war, people weren't as cruel as this beast who tormented the defenseless woman. To understand who the real murderer was, the psychics go to the site where Alina made her last call to her mother.
Constant buzz in my ears. It's like emptiness.
Are you unwell?
My God, this is awful. She suffered so much. She tries to hide the phone. She's afraid to lose it because she's afraid she won't be found and saved. Oh God, she's shouting out. She's shouting out. She's calling. She's screaming. She's shouting, "Mom!"
I still hear her calling because I heard it over the phone. I can't forget it no matter what I do. She was waiting for me and she was calling me, hoping I would find her.
Different punches and kicks, and one of them is a massive thump, like with a club, or something long, like a pipe. An iron pipe.
A metal pipe. The people who helped with the searching found it here.
There are 2 murder weapons and 2 men. There were 2 of them.
According to Alina's relatives, she spent several years learning martial arts, and she was very fit. As such, she would have probably escaped from one attacker.
If you take the arrested man, he's frail. And she would have easily dealt with him.
She is lying down. She feels very bad, but she's not dead yet.
Alina was taken away from here. The psychics and Alina's family go to the site where Alina's body was found. The representative of the local self-defense unit has also arrived. He was the first to find the body in the field during the search.
She was lying here, like this. The bag on her head was tied with duct tape, and her wrists and ankles were duct taped too.
They put the plastic bag on her head Because the murderer was afraid to stain his car's interior with blood. I feel she was undressed.
She was lying like this, naked.
First, I thought that your daughter's murder was of a ritual nature, but now I see the murderers wanted to rape Alina.
By the time of the investigation, the results of the autopsy weren't ready yet, so nobody knew whether Alina had been raped or not. But before the episode aired, we were sent a copy of the autopsy results. According to it, there was sperm in Alina Dyakova's body.
Now, I see the two men bring your daughter here in the car.
A cigarette smoldering, smoke rising. He dropped the cigarette and they left.
Indeed, the investigators found a cigarette butt next to Alina's body. It was taken for the examination, and the sample of the saliva found on it was compared to that of Mikhailo, the suspect. They didn't match.
Wait, it wasn't dark then, and the sun was rising. Alina was brought here in the morning.
She spent the whole night in a tiny, enclosed, dirty, dark, and cold room. I smell dampness. A white house and a small window and a blue frame.
Can you show it? Can you find this house?
I think my jinns can show the way. We've got to go straight. There is a cafe or a store next to the house in which they kept your daughter. And I hear a dog barking. Your daughter heard it too before she died. Now turn left. The clairvoyants enter the village. They feel the murderers kept Alina somewhere here. Wait. Here. Is it the store?
Let's get outside.
I feel it was here. This house. This is where Alina was kept before she died. Is anybody home?
I said stop it. Hush. Sit.
Could you tell me, please, who lives here?
Mikhailo used to live here.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking after my friend's home.
This man's name is Dimitro, and he lives next door. Suddenly, the psychics notice the white car in the yard. Alina's murderer drove a white car. Could it be the same car Alina got in on the night of her murder? Why was Mikhailo arrested?
They claim he murdered a girl.
Is it the same Mikhailo?
The suspect?
At that moment, I remembered the cue my book had given me, the hand with the cross. Could it be a tattoo? Tell me, does Mikhailo have a tattoo on his hand?
He does.
Is it a cross?
Yes.
Does this mean the man detained by the police is really guilty? But if the psychics are right, he didn't commit the crime alone. Who is the second murderer? Can we come into the yard to work?
Just a moment. Let me tether the dog.
I feel Alina's energy. This is where she was tied and then raped.
The lid of the casket. Here is your daughter's casket. I can't be in here. I feel sick. I need to get out. It's unbearable.
It was awful to look at the shed, knowing my daughter died in it.
Tell me, do you feed the dog?
Well, yes.
My book tells me the murderer's hand feeds the dog. Did you see Mikhailo that day?
When?
When the young woman was murdered.
Of course I did.
You and he drank.
Do you mean you came to visit him and you drank alcohol together?
I had 2 shots. He invited me in to reconcile.
Tell me, what time were you in this house?
It was 6:30 or 6:40.
In other words, roughly 90 minutes before Alina disappeared, Mikhailo was at home drinking, and Dimitro was with him.
Did he have any other guests? Did you see anybody else?
There were his ex-wife, his girlfriend, and his kids.
All right, so it means you and him were the only men there, right?
Yes.
And you both were in the house, weren't you?
What happened after you had the 2 shots with Mikhailo?
He told me, "Bro, let's go get more vodka and something to munch."
And you went with Mikhailo to buy more vodka, didn't you?
I didn't want to go with him, so I went home. It was 7:15.
And an hour later, Alina's mother called her to find where she was. It was when she was at the cemetery, trying to flee from her murderers.
Can anybody confirm that?
I live alone.
The detained suspect has a family, but my card showed me that the murderer was lonely. Dimitro lives alone.
But there is no evidence that Dimitro was involved in the murder, and there are no witnesses who could say that he was home at the time. I have one more question. Did you know Alina?
No, I didn't even know her name.
I feel you're lying. You did know her. Your work connected you.
Well, I saw her often. I'm a plumber at the regional hospital. I've worked there for 6 or 7 years, so I saw her there. I saw her quite often, as my job is to check piping in the wards and rooms.
In other words, she knew you, and you knew her. Is that right?
Well, yes.
Are you trying to say you didn't know her name, even though you worked at the same place? I see he's lying.
I wasn't there. I didn't go anywhere. Why are you blaming me?
Dimitro, your reaction is very suspicious. Why are you so nervous? Did anybody blame you for something?
Since the man had no alibi on the night of Alina's death, I carried out my own investigation in relation to him. I asked the villagers, and I was shocked to hear what they told me.
He's not simply aggressive, he's mental.
According to his neighbor, once Dimitro got drunk and attacked another villager who refused to lend him money. Moreover, it turned out that a day before the murder, Dimitro and Mikhailo had a row.
I only know they were drinking together. As far as I know, Dimitro began harassing Mikhailo's stepdaughter. She's about 15, if I'm not mistaken. Her mother was shouting loudly.
This is she, the girl who escaped from the beast.
It's yet another proof that it wasn't a problem for him to attack a defenseless young woman.
We're only saying what we feel. Accusation is the job of the police.
Please press the police. Do anything to make them resume the investigation. Not just one of them has his hands bloodied.
Thank you for responding and helping us.
I am genuinely grateful. Now we know the answers. And we heard the truth we needed to hear.
It's hard to comprehend everything that happened to Alina Diakova.